Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be taking a look at this newly released book called Invisible Speed by Joseph Quagrain. And he declares this to be the definitive guide to scale motorsports setup, which is quite a bold statement, and let's take a look at the book and see how true that is. The format of this video, what we'll do is just kind of discuss the book, maybe leaf through a few of the pages, take a look at some content, then I'll give my quick summary at the end. So about the author. He wrote this book. It's released January 2021. He purchased this off invisiblespeed.net. Now on that site, with the purchase of the book, you'll get access to some additional online content. Where this book is a lot of details, the online content is more the quick setup guides and like spreadsheets that say do this and do that, which are not really the explanations that you get in the book, but they're, in addition to the book. So he released this January 2021. He's a racer and car designer from Finland. Joseph Quagrain is also known as JQ. Mechanical engineer, designed his own car. I think he's into the fourth version of it now. I think he calls it the Black Edition. So he's got a lot of expertise. He has a YouTube channel where he does share his information. A lot of Q&A and discussion segments on there. So I'll put a link to that in the description below so that you can go and check it out. Lots of content there, probably 150 videos. So this book would be the pinnacle of his knowledge. 10 years of car design, working with his race team, tuning cars to every track condition, and all that is distilled into this book. So a quick review for those who want to tune in and tune out. Is this worth spending your money on to get this information? The quick answer, yes. And for those who just dropped by for a quick stop, please like, comment, and subscribe. For those who want to get a bit more details, let's just follow along. The summary of this book probably is best described by the back cover. The first sentence, where JQ talks about that that car design's a compromise, and the designer must decide what setup parameters to prioritize, and as a result of that, which ones to compromise. So it kind of distills everything about RC car setup, is that a specific change will make a benefit, but it'll also have cause some other consequence that you may or may not want. The context is his cars are 1/8 scale electric and nitro. So it's from the perspective of 4-wheel drive cars. The information does translate over to 2-wheel drive. Roll centers are roll centers. And maybe some in on-road as well. Like 4-wheel drive touring car. Probably the theory is the same. Just the touring car doesn't have to worry about the bump handling that maybe this book talks more about. This is more of a conversational style guide. You can see, just looking through the pages, that it's more of an explanation and discussion about a particular setting. There's not very many tables or anything in there that, say, if this happens, do this. But what he does do is that for any particular setting, say, just take a look at the table of contents and see some of the things he does talk about. So for any particular setting, let's say like these link angles for the rear camber links. For any particular setting, he'll describe what the setting does, and then discuss it from the perspective of, how does it affect overall grip or forward grip versus side grip, how it affects roll centers, how it affects camber change, bump handling, and then he also discusses how it affects corner entry, mid-corner and corner exit, and corner speed. So any particular one of these link adjustments, there's a lot of information in there, so you understand how the adjustment works and not just what it does, I guess. So it's not a prescription of do this or do that. It's more of a discussion where it says, for this, these are the considerations. He also does provide a lot of examples in the book. It says, if you see this type of thing on the track, this is probably the first thing that you should do. Or for a particular setting, if you notice a car like rolling over too much or rolling over not enough, then this is a setting that should be done. So he does a lot of those examples. So it's more of a conversation, more of an education to say, this is what you look for, and these are the adjustments to suit that, what you see. Let's just take a look again at the table of contents, just to kind of see where I kind of see like how many pages does he dedicate to a topic. Kind of shows the importance of that topic. So we see race car geometry and alignments, and we're talking about roll centers, link lengths, hinge pin heights, hub height, all those kind of things. There's about almost a quarter of the book dedicated to that topic. We're talking about, kick up, anti-squat, front and rear toe, all those type of things fall into that section. So a lot of content on that. Roll bars gets a page, ride height gets a page, up and down travel gets a page, wheelbase and track width gets a page. And the next big topic he has is suspension, shock oil, springs, pistons, rebound, bladder versus emulsion. Some other topics that get a page. And then I guess what everybody likes to see at the end of the book, in a later chapter, a summary of basically all the other discussion and how you would set your car up for different track conditions, like bumpy tracks, smooth tracks, low grip, high grip, and the settings that you would do, and examples as to when we'd make those changes. In the book, there was a couple things, as I went through it, a couple things that I did that I disagreed with, and maybe it's my own personal understanding of that setup. And what I'm going to do is go back and retest. So one of the areas was around the wheelbase and track width. He described widening the rear by the hexes, gave it more grip, and I found that in my experience, it reduced grip, but it increased stability of the rear end. So that's something that I'm going to test on track, because maybe there was something else that I was doing in my setup that led me to the wrong conclusion. And the other thing that I have to retest based on his recommendation was with shock pistons. He said that pistons with more smaller holes were better for a loose track or a slippery track, and I had found that bigger hole pistons seemed to work in that condition. So I'm going to go back and retest those. But I think that's the main takeaway from this book, is that it's really going to make you think. He has an opinion based on his knowledge, based on him designing a car, running with his race team, tuning that car to the track conditions. So you can, as you read it, you can agree or disagree with his point of view, and do your tests to confirm your suspicion. This book's going to teach you something. It's going to make you question your understanding, maybe solidify your understanding if you agree in some cases. And I think you're going to be a better racer from it, because your car is going to be better set up for the track condition. This is probably the book that should have been in the car when you bought your kit. They should have had one of these in the bottom that you opened it up, and then you understood how you could adjust your car to suit your track condition. So this is an indispensable resource, and something I wished was available early in my racing. I've been racing myself for 10 years and have a fairly good understanding of these topics. But it was good to get a different perspective of someone who has maybe more experience in design and setup. So final summary, is this worth the money? Yes, it is. It's going to make you a better racer because you'll have a better scale setup for your car, for your condition. So thanks everyone for watching. If you would like to see more of these type of videos, just put a comment below and say, do you have any more book reviews? And I think I have a couple more that I can show. So thanks a lot. Tune in for the next video.